What would happen if a plane took off and suddenly disappeared from the sky, and then 37 years later, the same plane was seen landing at an airport again? It may sound impossible. It may sound like something straight out of a science fiction movie. You might not even believe it. But according to a mysterious story, this is exactly what happened to Flight 914. This was not an ordinary incident. It was a story that shocked the entire world and left people completely stunned. We are talking about Pan American Flight 914, a Douglas DC-4 aircraft that reportedly took off on July 2, 1955, from New York to Miami, but never reached its destination. It was a calm morning in New York. At LaGuardia Airport, the day had just begun, and the terminal was slowly filling with passengers. Some people were getting ready to board the aircraft. Some had already taken their seats inside. Others were standing outside, talking with friends and family before departure. Everything looked completely normal. There were 57 passengers on board and 4 crew members. The aircraft was under the command of Captain C.G. Taylor, an experienced pilot who was carefully checking every control before takeoff. This was supposed to be a short and routine flight. The destination was Miami, Florida, and the total flight time was expected to be around 3 hours. The weather was clear. The aircraft was in perfect condition. There were no technical problems. Everything was under control. At exactly 9:55 in the morning, Flight 914 took off smoothly from the runway and slowly climbed into the sky, leaving behind the tall buildings of New York as it headed over the Atlantic Ocean. Inside the aircraft, passengers were relaxed. Some were looking out the window at the blue sky. Some were reading newspapers. Others were talking excitedly about their trip to Miami. No one had any idea that within a few minutes, everything was about to change forever. At 10:12 a.m., New York Air Traffic Control confirmed that Flight 914 was on the correct route. Everything was normal. Everything was routine, just like any other day. But at 10:15 a.m., something strange happened. Suddenly, Flight 914 disappeared from the radar screen. Just like that. In the blink of an eye, the aircraft was gone, as if it had vanished into thin air. Air traffic controllers were shocked. They immediately tried to contact the aircraft. "Flight 914, do you read us?" No response. They tried again. "Flight 914, please respond." Still nothing. Again and again they called the aircraft, but there was only silence on the radio. Panic slowly started spreading inside the control room. At first they thought it might be a radar malfunction, but when they checked other flights, everything else was working perfectly. Every aircraft was visible. Only Flight 914 was missing. Miami Air Traffic Control was immediately informed that Flight 914 had disappeared from radar and could not be contacted. By that time, the aircraft should have been approaching Miami, but it never arrived. An emergency search operation was launched immediately. Naval forces began searching the ocean for possible wreckage. Other airlines were contacted and asked if they had seen anything unusual in the sky, but nothing was found. No debris, no signal, no emergency call, nothing at all. After days of searching, Pan American Airways released an official statement. They announced that Flight 914, carrying 57 passengers and 4 crew members, had mysteriously disappeared and was presumed to have crashed. Despite extensive search efforts, no wreckage was ever discovered. The flight was officially declared lost. Families mourned their loved ones, passengers were declared dead, and slowly the world moved on. But one question remained. Did the plane really crash? Or did something far more mysterious happen? Did the aircraft somehow get lost in time? No one had the answer. Years passed. Decades passed. And people slowly forgot about Flight 914. Until something unbelievable happened 37 years later. On September 21, 1992, at Caracas Airport in Venezuela, something strange appeared on the radar screen. Air traffic controllers were monitoring flights as usual when suddenly an unknown aircraft signal appeared. The plane was approaching the airport, but there was no flight information available. One of the officers looked closely at the radar and said, "What plane is this? We don't have any flight details for it." The control tower immediately tried to identify the aircraft. After checking the model and signal details, everyone inside the control room was shocked. It
was not a modern aircraft. It was an old Douglas DC-4, a model from the 1950s. Confusion spread inside the control tower. They immediately contacted the aircraft. "Unidentified aircraft, please identify yourself." For a few seconds there was silence. Then suddenly a broken and weak voice came through the radio. "This is Pan American Flight 914, flying from New York to Miami. Are we over Miami?" The control tower officers froze. They couldn't believe what they just heard. With a shaking voice, one of the officers replied, "This is not Miami. This is Caracas, Venezuela." That meant the aircraft was more than 2,200 kilometers away from its destination, and the pilot had no idea. The pilot sounded confused and nervous. He requested permission to land immediately. The control tower quickly granted landing permission. Within minutes, the old Douglas DC-4 safely landed at Caracas Airport. Everyone at the airport was stunned. Airport workers, officers, and staff stood there staring at the aircraft. It looked like something from another era. The plane looked old and outdated compared to modern aircraft. It felt like a plane from the past had suddenly appeared in the present. When the pilot spoke with air traffic control again, he was told something shocking. He was told that the current year was 1992. The pilot was stunned. He couldn't believe it. He said that they had taken off in 1955, just a few hours ago. Hearing this, the pilot suddenly became nervous. Without wasting time, he started the aircraft engine again and prepared for takeoff. Airport staff tried to stop him. They tried to communicate. They tried to approach the aircraft. But the captain ignored all of them. Within moments, the plane took off again and disappeared into the sky. Air traffic control tried to track it on radar, but after a few seconds, it disappeared again. Just like it had in 1955. The plane was gone. Forever. After the aircraft left, airport staff found something on the runway. A small piece of paper had fallen from the pilot's file. It was a calendar, and the calendar was from the year 1955. This made the mystery even more terrifying. But the biggest question still remains. If this story is true, where was Flight 914 for 37 years? Was it lost in time? Did it enter another dimension? Or was this entire story just a myth? Some people believe this incident is completely real. Others believe it is nothing more than a fictional story. According to several reports, this story first appeared in an American tabloid newspaper in the 1980s, and there are no official aviation records confirming that Flight 914 ever existed. Many aviation experts say that this story is completely fake and that no such incident was ever recorded at Caracas Airport. So where did this story come from? Was it just a made-up mystery that spread over time? Or is the real truth hidden somewhere in secret files? No one knows. But one thing is certain, the mystery of Flight 914 continues to shock and fascinate people even today, and it may continue to do so in the future. What do you think? Will Flight 914 ever return again like it supposedly did in 1992? Or is this just a fictional mystery story? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting and mysterious stories. Thanks for watching.